Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Being Beautifully Honest channel. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know whenever I do upload a new episode. So let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about Jillian Michaels versus Lizzo. Now, they don't have a beef, but people seem to try to put a beef between them, and it's mainly because, one, Jillian Michaels, she is a known health fanatic, fitness trainer. She has a crazy, fit, amazing body, and she is all about health. Whereas Lizzo, we all know, is at this time, just being honest, is primarily known for her overweight and, obesity pretty much, and her showing it off and calling it body positivity. So when she has been interviewed in the past, that's Jillian Michaels, I should say, she's been asked about it. One, because Lizzo, she definitely goes viral for a lot of the stuff that she does on her Instagram and just other things that she's done in the past and stuff that she's done recently, where she's even had breakdowns on social media where she clearly is going through some stuff, but it seems like she's really masking things by making it look like she is all about body positivity and she is happy in the skin that she is in. I'm not saying she's not happy, but I just don't believe she is as happy as she's trying to make herself seem. And to me, that is a little bit scary, especially because she is consistently and continuously putting herself out on social media for critique when she says she really doesn't care, but in all actuality, she really does. So back in 2020, Jillian Michaels, she said, "I love her music 100%. I don't know anything about her personally. I'm sure she's cool, awesome chick. But why are we celebrating her body? Why does it matter?" That's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't we celebrating her music? Because it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes. She didn't lie. She didn't say anything that was not true there. And I 100% agree with her. And Lizzo is a singer. I've said it before. I've done conversations talking about things that she said and done before. And I've talked about this. It's like, we don't even know her for her music. It's mainly about her body, and I would honestly say the lack of clothing, not the clothing that she wears. A lot of it is the lack of clothing. So she is continuously just putting herself out there for public scrutiny, but acting like she really doesn't care. So when Jillian Michaels said that, she really didn't lie. She didn't say anything that wasn't true, but you know how people are when you have these stands and these people that really wouldn't bust a grape for anybody, but it's like they're gonna put a lot of words, type it out on Instagram or Twitter or wherever their choice of social media bullying or trying to get at somebody is, then they're going to do it on there. And a lot of people had a lot to say about it. So Jillian, she came back and she was like, look, I'm not trying to tear her down. I'm just being honest. And that was the truth. So recently she was asked again, and this was on the Carlos Watson show. She shared her thoughts about it and she was asked. So she said, "I've never once actually brought her up. I would like to make that clear. She has been brought up to me, and I would like to separate her from the issue if at all possible. And I should have done that the first time I was asked. I should have said, let's separate an individual from a conversation about health. That is where I genuinely went wrong. That is literally the only place that I will tell you that I went wrong. If the conversation is about celebrating obesity, I would tell you that we need to celebrate individuals. We shouldn't celebrate somebody if they are big, and we shouldn't celebrate somebody because they're small. We should be celebrating somebody because of the quality of their character. Obesity is just unhealthy. That's it. And it has no merit on the quality of the human. They're not connected. They are totally separate issues. So the fact that these things have become interwoven in some bizarre, politically correct alternate universe is an absolute shame, because we're not doing anyone any favors. When you are an expert in a category, you have a responsibility to tell the truth, whether it makes you popular or not. And I 100% agree with her. Like I said, she was just sharing her point of view based on her expertise and her platform, and her platform is health and fitness. So why would something come out of her mouth celebrating Lizzo's size? Because Lizzo's size, no matter how much you love the girl, it is unhealthy. That's not healthy for anyone, and it is known to be linked to many health issues. It has nothing to do about comparing a big size person to a smaller size person. Obesity is just as unhealthy as anorexia. So it is not to celebrate the size of a person. It's just wrong, and we should not be celebrating that. But Lizzo is really trying to make her size her. And Jillian was trying to separate the issue, and so she's like, let's not celebrate that, let's celebrate her talent. But I can respect Jillian for coming out and clarifying that, because a lot of times you won't get that from people, or they won't give you the opportunity to do that. So you guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Do you think that Jillian is right in what she said before, and even more correct in just giving more perspective on the situation at this point? And do you think even the people who even really follow Lizzo hard like that even care and will listen and respect what Jillian said? I don't know, but you guys let me know what you think. All right, next we're going to get into this comment that Monique, the comedian, went viral for, saying that she just doesn't get why Black women are out in public in pajamas and wearing bonnets on their hair. I'm going to play the video clip, and then I'm just going to share my thoughts on it.
Hey, my sweet babies. So, it took me a minute to say what I'm getting ready to say, because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment, and I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love. Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie, and I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta, because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10, right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get them in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap, but I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport. I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of, let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created, so that if I'm out in the street, I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask you to know that you had it. So my sweet babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all asses too. But the babies that say auntie to me, please listen to auntie. always have pride in your representation of you. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you, my sweet babies. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. If I see you in the streets, in the airport, in the Walmart, and you got a bonnet on and you got slippers on and you looking like what the fuck, Nikki gonna tap you and say, hey, baby girl, show you what you worth. Show you what you deserve. So all of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey, queen, hey, queen, hey, queen, well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. Can we just tap them and say, baby girl, you deserve more than what you're showing. Represent you with pride, my babies. And that may be a part of us helping our community. Because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you going to be treated? So, when I say, hey, queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training. So if you're in queen training, stop being fearful of taking your position. And queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas. That's for the house. When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title of Hey Queen. Nikki love y'all for real. And I ain't never gonna BS you. Stop wearing them damn bonnets and headscarves looking like don't nobody give a damn about you, nor do you give a damn about yourself. Because you beautiful. So represent it. I love y'all for real, my babies.
All right, I know a lot of people have their opinions on it, and rightfully so. I am just going to say, I don't think she said anything wrong. I don't believe that she was trying to be degrading to anyone. And she, some people, they feel like when somebody starts off something by saying sweetie and baby and whatever, they're trying to be condescending. But Monique is of a certain age at this point. So you can talk about stuff she's done in the past. You can talk about roles that she took as an actress, or even things that she may not have gotten due to actions that she has taken. But you live and you learn, you go through things. And so sometimes people have to take those hard falls and make those hard mistakes, and they learn from them and they move forward. And it's also to help somebody else, because I believe that we go through things in life. It's not just for us, but it is to help somebody else along the way. So you look at her in this video, she is of a certain age at this point. Her hair, she's allowing the gray to show. She's being comfortable in her age and in her stature and where she is right now. So she's speaking from a place of an older woman speaking to a younger woman. I don't think she was trying to disrespect anyone. And I actually 100% agree with her. I'm not a fan of the bonnet thing. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who wears them at all, but I'm not a fan of them either. And I always cringe when I'm out in public and I see somebody out in public wearing those. It really does make me cringe. And that's my opinion to do it. I'm not going to go up to the person and say, why are you out here wearing that? One, a lot of the people who are out here wearing those things in public, they're probably not the type of people you want to walk up and say something like that to anyway. Let's just be honest about that. But in all honesty, I always felt like the bonnets were made to protect your hair when you go to sleep. Not for you to walk around in, and definitely not for you to go out and run errands in. But people do it, and that, they have the right to do whatever they want to do. But she's just sharing a perspective of, you should be dressed for success. You should look like how you want to be approached. If you want to be taken seriously, you should, look the part. And, in a way. And, I know some people are like, well, if these people are in the airport, they're trying to be relaxed. They're not thinking about who they're going to run up on or who's going to run up on them. But I don't think she said anything wrong. I actually do 100% agree with her. And there are some people who said, well, the people who are out here looking like that, that's a certain type of female anyway. So are they even going to listen to what you have to say and respect your criticism? But if it helps one person, then that's really what it's all about. But I do agree with her. I don't think she said anything wrong, and I don't believe she was here to tear anyone down. But again, like I said, I always thought that the bonnet thing was to protect your hair when you go to sleep, not for you to just have it on at all times until you're out wearing your hair at an event or, you know, wherever you want to look good for someone or even for yourself at. But all the other hours of the day, you're going to wear this bonnet. I never understood that, but I guess some people treat it that way. And for me, one of the reasons why I don't like a bonnet, I might be aging myself, but if you've ever seen clips of the Carol Burnett show and the little cartoon lady that comes out and she's sweeping the stage, she's got this bonnet on her head and she's scratching her butt, and it represents a certain type of person. And I know that people try to dress up the bonnet and there's different colors and different styles and all the other stuff, but I think there's a way you can protect your hair and use some type of covering maybe around your edges and wear your hair out, and so it can still look a certain type of way and you can still look decent, where you don't have to just slap on this bonnet on your hair and just be out looking like you just rolled out of the bed. And I definitely don't agree with people being out in public wearing pajamas, but that's another story. So you guys let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section. All right, next we're going to talk about Naomi Osaka and Serena Williams. Now, Naomi Osaka, she went viral recently because, one, she was fined because she refused to participate in the media event after a match for tennis that she played, and she has decided to withdraw from the French Open. And she shared that she's just not really comfortable at this point because of a lot of issues that she's having mentally, and she's just never really felt comfortable in that type of atmosphere. And I completely agree. I respect it. I completely respect that position. And I'm glad that she spoke out about it. I hope that they overturn that fine, because I really feel like that is ridiculous. I feel like you should have the option to opt out of stuff like that, because not everybody feels comfortable being bombarded with questions. And then you say the thing that they don't like or they perceive as wrong or inappropriate when you're not trying to be that way, and they're judging whatever you have to say. So you're trying to speak to appease everyone else, and this girl is still young. Whether you're young or old, it really doesn't matter. Not everybody is comfortable in those types of positions. Well, Serena, she came out and she made a statement, and I just want to get your thoughts on this. She came out and she said, the only thing I feel is that I feel for Naomi. I feel like I wish I could give her a hug because I know what it's like. Like I said, I've been in those positions. Not everyone is the same. We have different personalities. I'm thick. Other people are thin. Everyone is different and everyone handles things differently. You just have to let her handle it the way she wants to and the best way she thinks she can. That's the only thing I can say. I think she is doing the best she can. Now, on the surface, that may seem cool, and it's like, oh, she's really standing up for Naomi, and she's, respecting her decision, and she wants to, just like be there for her. But in my opinion, it just kind of came off a little bit passive aggressive and almost in an insulting way a little bit. But if you don't really read between the lines, then it seems like it's, she was standing up for Naomi, but I really felt like that was a little bit harsh, because when she says, I'm thick, other people are thin, having mental issues and not being comfortable, having anxiety and all of those different things that come along with your mentality doesn't mean that you are, I'm thin skin versus thick skin. I'm tough, I can take it versus no, that really isn't a cool thing to say, because someone having anxiety and mental health issues and mental instabilities does not make you thick skin versus this person being thin skin. And that, I feel the way that she said it, it was just a little bit harsh. So I don't really think that Serena has this disdain for this girl, but when she lost a match against Naomi for the first time, it did come across a little bit like Serena was being a sore loser and maybe a little bit jealous that it's like, I can't believe this little girl beat me. So it's still coming across a little bit like she's a bit bitter. So for her to say, you know, I think she's doing the best she can, that's the only thing I can say. Sometimes saying nothing is better than saying something if you cannot say the right thing. There's that old saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And I feel like she could have just said, I respect her decision. Maybe leave it at that. But to go into, you know, not everyone is the same. We have different personalities. I'm thick. Other people are thin. You know, she's putting herself in that position and she's comparing herself to this young lady. And I don't care if Naomi was older than Serena. It doesn't give her the right to say, you know, I'm thick. Other people are thin. And I just felt that that was a bit harsh. And I really was a bit disappointed in that statement. But I mean, people are going to be who they are, and I feel that she knew what she was saying, and it did come across as a bit passive aggressive. But I really want to know what you guys think about that in the comment section, so you let me know what you think. All right, so finally we're going to end it with Jennifer Lopez. Now this chick, she just cannot be single, I guess, because she was in a pretty long-term engagement with Alex Rodriguez. They recently split. And so less than 2 months after splitting from Alex Rodriguez, she has been reportedly connected to Ben Affleck again. And this is another one that she was engaged to for a while. She was with him. The Jasmine brand reports from 2001 to 2004. They got engaged in 2002, and then they officially ended it in 2004. And so it's been rumored that they have been spotted together outside of her home, and they are apparently wanting to pursue a long-term relationship. A source, and we always, talk about these sources or hear about these sources, and we don't really know who says it, but it says a source close to Jennifer Lopez told People magazine that she spent Memorial Day weekend in LA with Ben Affleck, and they are reportedly slowly starting to talk about the future. I don't get it because, okay, the source says this is not a casual relationship. They are taking it seriously and want it to be long lasting. The girl just broke up from Alex Rodriguez from a long-term engagement that she was in with him. Their families were intertwined, his kids and her kids, and then she just jumps from relationship to relationship. It's like she cannot be single. And I guess there are other people like that, but it is really ridiculous. And I'm starting to wonder if she's just one of these, they call them hopeless romantics. You can't ever be single, but your relationships never really work out, and you honestly just end up being a single person for the majority of your life, but you are in these engagements that never wind up in a marriage. She did get married before, so she hasn't not gotten married, but those marriages never lasted. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is that she really wants, because I really don't get it. It was like she was in this engagement with Alex Rodriguez, and then they just, out of a huge shock to most people, split. And then like snap of a finger, 2 seconds later, now they're saying that she's connected to Ben Affleck again. It's really ridiculous, but I really want to know what you guys think about her and these, relationship to relationship cycles that she goes through. And where do you think this is going to wind up? So you let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You can let me know your thoughts about all of the topics that we talked about today on this podversation. And look, guys, I really appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.